Hi guys, Dr. David here again, and this has been a pretty humbling experience. I've received hundreds of questions and I can't possibly answer them all. And it's tough. I'm sitting there saying, what do I do? What did I do? What did I start? I feel like Dear Abby, I really do. And I'm doing the best I can to group them together and to answer as many of them as I possibly can. But I also want to reemphasize to anyone and everyone that's listening, I don't want anyone let down by this. I can't answer all your questions. There's no way. I would never pretend to. And it's also not the right forum. I can't give out of my lack. I've got to be able to do things so that I can have abundance and give. But I can't give seminars to you via this little Dear Dr. David. I've got lots of things planned and I hope you like them. Some of them will be free. Some of them will cost you some money. But if they do, they'll be an investment. But I just want to be transparent and clear to everyone that comes to the site. I'm going to do the best that I possibly can, but I can't go into seminar quality. I know someone just said, can you post one of your lay lectures and show us exactly how to do a close? No, not on this forum. It's just not what it's for. But, I've received so many questions, and I'm looking at one from Dr. George, and it just got me, man. I mean, I understand, George, what's going on with you. And I want you to understand how many people are just like you. And if I can do anything at all to help, then I'm going to sleep a little bit better tonight. So, George, this one's for you. Here's what he asks. He says, David, I'm one of those who is living on an extremely limited budget. My wife actually thinks I should shut the office down, and I've actually already begun the process. I'm going to renew my teaching license and probably go back to teaching music. Then I finally sat down and just listened to your MP3 of the call that I just did, I suppose. Damn it. I should have done that so much earlier. I'm psyched, I'm pumped, but I've been psyched and pumped like this before. How do I keep the positive energy? I've not told my patients yet what my plans are, and then in parentheses, were. I like that. Here's what I got. $4,500 a month overhead, which by the way is not too bad. Roughly $3,000 a month of income, which means I'm losing $1,500 a month. I've got no CA. I've got 1 month left on my office lease, my phones, etc., and I'm 2 months behind on my rent and my utilities. What do you suggest I do? George, first and foremost, I don't want to pump you up. I'm glad you were pumped up. Getting fired up and getting pumped up is effect. It's rarely causal. And what I hope for you, through me, through yourself, through anybody else, is that the reason you're pumped up, I'm pumped up a lot. I'm on fire, but you know where it comes from? It doesn't come from a temporary burst of fuel. It comes from something that burns within me 24/7, 365. It's a fuel that burns for my relationship with my wife, for my kids, with my friends, with my family, for my practice, for my community, for the humanity of the world. It's a fire that keeps me going, and I got to keep it stoked. So this post is not intended to get you fired up again so you can make it until next Tuesday. Doc, you got a situation. Obviously, you are, as you said, basically hanging by a thread. But here's what makes me smile. You know that there's hope. You know that you can do this. Somewhere inside you, there's been a belief system that has changed, shifted radically, and it's robbed you. I'd love to say it's not your fault, but you know what it is? Because we allow them to happen. It's not consciously our fault. It's not a blame. It's not a shame. But Doc, you haven't guarded your mind well enough. And all the crap has gotten in. And so then you get a little good energy and it pumps you up and you get all excited again, and then you go back down again because that predominant thought, you become your most predominant thought. So you got to change your thoughts. You've got to change what you're thinking. You're losing $1,500 a month. You're in the hole. You don't have anything in savings. You don't have anywhere to go except back to your old career at teaching music. And if you have to do it, do it. But I got to tell you something. You can't be mentally in that hole. as hard as that is, as impossible as that sounds, you've got to get up, dust your knees off, and get back in the game. Do you know how easy it is? And I mean that respectfully, doctor. Do you know how easy it is to go out and make $4,500 a month as a chiropractor? And I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying this to encourage you. You can do that with your eyes closed and one arm tied behind your back if you pull your head out of where it's been. And I know I'm being harsh, but Doc, look, man, your email made me cry. I had breakfast this morning. I was talking to my wife, and I literally got tears over it because I don't want to see anyone in this profession suffering like that. You should be making $45,000 a month, not worrying about a $4,500 a month overhead. And Doc, I want to encourage you to know that you've got it inside you. That it's not that you haven't learned anything, that you don't have the right procedures. It's that you're blocking yourself and you're sabotaging it. I don't know why. I don't know you. I don't know why you're doing it, but I'm pretty certain I know how you're doing it. And you're doing it by fulfilling your prophecy, by failing because you think you're destined to be a failure in chiropractic. I can tell you that because I was there. Your numbers look good compared to mine, brother. So hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better. But the reality is this. You've got a couple of months, it sounds like, you got some decisions to make. But one of those decisions could simply be to start telling the truth to your patients, to really assess whether they need care and how much care they need, and to deliver that care and to charge them for it. Doc, you want to double your income right now? I mean, honestly, I don't know how many patients you had. You didn't go into that, but I'm certain not a whole lot if that your collections are 3,000. But you take those people that are paying you that money through themselves or their insurance company, and you, from your heart, have a quick conversation. Don't get down and do this long, but have a quick conversation. Just say, you know what? I've recently been through some things and I've really learned a lot. And one of the things I've learned is that I haven't exactly done what I feel I need to do to teach you the truth about how to be optimally healthy and well. And I want to invite you. In fact, I'd love to say, I want to make you come, but I want to invite you to come to a class Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at my office. There's no charge to it. I'm going to spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is for you, Doc, and I want to share with you the essence of where health comes from and how you're going to keep it, because that's my passion. I want to help you be healthier. And Doc, ask him to bring someone with him, a spouse, a friend. And you know what? Some of them will show up. A lot of them might show up. Doc, ask people that you know have kids to bring their children in. Now, do you know how to adjust kids? I don't know. But they're just little people, really. And you can double your practice in 2 weeks by looking a mother in the eye and saying, Mary, I haven't told you this before, and I feel a little remorse for not doing so, but you know, your kids have a nervous system just like yours. And although they seem to be made out of rubber and they seem to bounce back from every time grandpa dropped their head when they were a little baby and he had to hold it, to every time they fell down when they walked, every time they fell off their bike and out of their crib and got tackled in football and tripped in ballet, every time, no blood, no harm, no foul, every time that insulted their spine and their nervous system. And you know what? I don't think it's okay anymore to let them wait until they're our age or your age, whatever it might be, for them to see if maybe they need chiropractic care. I'd like to do that now, and Mary, I want to offer an opportunity for you to bring your kids in. I'll check them at no charge, and again, you can charge them if you'd like. And I'll just tell you honestly whether I think I can help them through chiropractic care. George, that may be completely out of your realm of possibilities right now. I don't know. But you know what? It's time to go out of your realm. It's time to bust through your comfort zone, because I got to tell you, you can't be too comfortable. You can't be. Not in your circumstance. So you've got to look at the two pains that you're facing. The pain of talking to a mother, looking her in the eye, and having the conversation similar to what we just talked about. The pain of looking at a patient in the eye and asking them with certainty, even if you're faking it a little bit, it's okay at this point to get them to come to a talk and swallowing your butterflies, swallowing your ego, being willing to fall on your face. You've got to measure the pain and compare the pain of that against what you're going through right now. And I got to tell you, brother, I sure hope, George, that you decide that it's a hell of a lot more painful to struggle in your practice than it is to go tell people the truth. That's all I got for you today, but I sure hope it helps, George. Thanks for being on DearDrDavid.com, and I'll be thinking about you, and I can't wait, and I hope, and I pray that I hear some good reports from you. Go get them, George.